I'm Mike.
I'm Aline.
I'm Tom.
Sit down.
I'm Kendall. I'm Courtney. I'm Andrea.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Willis McGee.
Let's go.
Okay. Disneyland is the happiest place on earth. It all started with an idea. Walt Disney wanted a place where children and their parents could go and have fun together. At the time, there were no parks that both children enjoyed and their parents enjoyed. Many people wanted to visit the Disney studio where they could see Disney's animation and animated works. But Disney thought that watching an animator draw for hours wouldn't be very exciting. This gave Disney the idea to create a park where tourists could visit, but he wanted it to be close to his studio in California. The original idea was to have a Mickey Mouse park on 8 acres of land right across from his studio. Disney visited many parks like Fairy Tale Land in order to get an idea for his park, but as he looked, he soon realized his dream park was much grander than these. The 8 acres would no longer be a sufficient amount of land, so the search for a bigger piece of land began. Finding the perfect location proved harder than Disney thought. He soon found out that his Magic Kingdom came with a hefty price tag and wondered how he would come up with the funds to construct the park. He once said that banks do not fund dreams. Disney then decided he would create a show called Disneyland to generate some sort of hype about this new park. The show would be played on ABC television network, and in return, ABC would help fund this Magic Kingdom, especially because of the interest and excitement the show brought about this magical place. Walt still didn't have much money for land, so the search still began. He finally found the perfect piece of land in Anaheim, California, and it was 160 acres. This would be the foundation of the dream. Constructing the dream began on July 18, 1954, and cost an estimated $17 million to build. Disney had grand ideas for this Magic Kingdom, including a train that would go around the entire park. He also wanted ponds, lakes, a ride with flying elephants, and of course a magic castle. Even though the planning of the park took 5 years, the construction of it took only 1. Disneyland opened on July 17, 1955, but Disney considered the first real day the park was open July 18, 1955. Opening day at Disneyland was a disaster. After 5 years of planning and a year of construction, Disneyland was born, and Walt was so excited to open it. 6,000 invitations were sent out, inviting news reporters, critics, and people to come to this grand opening. 6,000 were invited, 28,000 showed up to opening day, and most with counterfeit tickets. At this time, California had been experiencing a heat wave, and the temperature had risen to well above the hundreds. To make matters worse, not only was it boiling hot, there had been a plumber's strike, and most of the drinking fountains weren't working. Also, the cement at the park had just been poured and still hadn't dried, so the women's high heels were sinking into the cement as they walked and getting stuck. All the vendors had run out of food, and people were literally running out of the park. Also, most of the park had to be shut down by late afternoon due to a gas leak. The reaction of the park guests wasn't good, and Disneyland got much negative press on opening day due to all the incidences. Walt decided to have a second opening day and invited back the press. July 18, 1955, a day after the opening day, is considered to be the first actual opening day by all Disney parks because of the disasters of the first actual day. Despite what happened, Disneyland was a huge success and became a major amusement park. 10 years later, 50 million people had visited Disneyland. Disneyland today is still open along with a number of other Disney parks. Even though Walt has passed on, his legacy is still very much alive in his parks. It all started with the dream of building a park in which parents could enjoy spending time with their kids. Disneyland was the product of this dream. Walt really did create a magic kingdom in the happiest place on earth. I hope you all learned something from my speech on Disneyland and will think of it the next time you visit a Disney park. Bye. That's it.